talk about this. I freeze framed this photograph. You see that red building directly in the middle of the screen in the back, the church you can see to your left. I freeze framed this because something happened right there where the red building is. I made a video before that you have already seen about the Ritter's Park Hotel that they stayed in for a few days in Bad Homburg. After they left Bad Homburg, they moved into this hotel called the Hilbert's Park Hotel, and this is in Bad Nauheim, or Bad Nauheim. As I've been told recently, I was pronouncing it wrong. It is Bad Nauheim. So anyway, I looked and looked and looked for this hotel. I asked people. I couldn't find anybody that knew anything about it, but I figured it out. Where that red building was beside the church is where Hilbert's Park Hotel was. A very rich, one of the richest in the world, Arab sheik from Saudi Arabia was staying in this hotel, and rumor has it that they were evicted because the sheik was concerned about Elvis and his daughter, believe it or not. So they were evicted, kicked out of this hotel, and that's when they went to the Villa Grunwald, which is the place that I stayed overnight in Elvis's bedroom. And so, or this is where they stayed for 4 months before they went to 14 Goststrasse. So if you look right here at the top of the screen, you see the church. Below the church where it says Ernstein's family and Lodum, that is where that hotel was. That is where Hilbert's Park Hotel was. It got torn down and this got rebuilt in its place, which doesn't have much in Europe. This is another picture of it, a little later picture. This would have been, looks like maybe in the 70s. So that explains why I could not find it anywhere about where the hotel was. I couldn't find anybody that could tell me. So this is a photograph of, you can see Vernon, Elvis, the man with the German Shepherd, and you can see the church that we were standing at. And just to the right of the church in this photograph, you see the Hilbert's Park Hotel. So that explains why nobody could tell me where it is. It's gone. And this is what it looks like, and most of these buildings are original. So it looked like this back then too. The trees just weren't as large. So I tried to buy Lori a piece of jewelry from this jewelry store down here. And the lady has been working there for 3 days, could not make my credit card work. So I walked to an ATM and got the money. I don't know why she couldn't make it work, but it's all right. It's the jeweler Schmidtmeister. So if we were friends, I would just call him Schmidtmeister all the time. Right here. All right. And I appreciate you. Thank you very much. All right. So we got a piece of jewelry for Lori, and we are on our way, friends. I think I'm gonna get us some chocolate too. Since 1873. No, she'll fuss because I bought a chocolate, but she'll eat it. So friends, I bought some chocolate for Lori from this little chocolate shop. And so, from Elvis, 1873. How long have y'all been here in this building? You've been here a long time? Since the 50s? You don't know? All right, thank you. Nothing I asked that lady did she know. And when I say nothing, I mean nothing. I asked her several things. She had no idea. So I think I'm going to get a little treat for myself that I can have right now. I've got the Casper, because it's the white ghost, I'm just going to call it Casper. I've got Casper parked right there. I hope I didn't get a ticket. All right, so I chose bitter chocolat. Is that really what it is? Is that the proper pronunciation? Bitter chocolat. It didn't taste bitter at all. It tasted very good. Thank y'all so much. So, thank you. So there you go, friends. A little bitter chocolat. Don't look at my hair. I thought that one haircut would get me through Europe, but it didn't. So, it is what it is, friends. I'm gonna eat this, and then I'm gonna get in the Casper. And we got a couple more things we gotta shoot. Stay tuned. If you think that wasn't happening when Elvis was here, you're crazy. Whole lot of that. So friends, I just ran across this and I want to throw this in. This is a clip from the time that we were there before with Chris's family. This shop right here was a music shop. You can see they sold radios and music and that kind of stuff. And there's a story about Elvis being in front of this shop and nearly getting knocked down by being mobbed. And if you notice the street, if you look to the right, you'll notice that the street goes up. You see that where the guy's standing there, there's two grates behind the thing. And on the side, on the left side, you notice that the street is level. Now I want you to look at the building that is behind where this statue was, or this monument was, in Bad Nauheim, where Chris's family was. Check this out. Well, one more thing before we go. Look up top, and you see that on the left-hand side and on the right-hand side, there's like a little balcony on both sides. Now look in this picture, and you will see the same two balconies. So if you notice the shop back there that says Douglas on it, notice that the grate is right there by the little girl, by her hand. And then you see that on the left-hand side, it is tall the way it is in that same photograph. Let's look at it again. So you see it's short on the right side where the guy's standing, long on the other side. Now look at the Douglas right there. It's short on the right side. You can see the grate right there, still there. And then it's long on the other side. I believe that it was right there is where that music shop was that Elvis was mobbed in front of, which is very close to, that's, if you walk from the Hotel Grunwald, that is straight across the street. Interesting little part of town. They put these things to slow you down, where you have to, somebody slides through, somebody has to wait, and they will put them right in the middle of a road. Not just here, in Holland too. And this is not Bad Nauheim, this is another place that's close that has something that I have not found yet, but I will find. I feel like I will anyway. And this trips me out every time I see it. You see it says wetter. It's actually a stream there. Why doesn't it just say water or wet? But it says wetter. It also shows those signs have a tank on it. Makes me want to say tanks a lot. You don't see this every day. So friends, I am in Steinfurth, and I'm looking for this stone right here. Everything says it's in Steinfurth, but nobody here knows where it's at. So they told me to ask a guy here. I don't know if the place is open or not, but we're going to sure try. So let's see if we can figure it out. Hello. Yeah, the butcher's not there. You from here, my friend? You from here? Do you know where that's at? That stone? It's a war memorial? You've not seen it? Okay. Are you the butcher? You the butcher? I'm sorry, I don't speak German, I speak English. I'm looking for that stone right there. Have you seen it in this town? It's a war memorial.
Here in
It's supposed to be in Steinfurth, yes.
Oh.
You say no, it's not here.
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Back to Bad Nauheim, maybe it's there. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
So friends, I'm gonna jump back in Casper. They say that this is not in their town. Steinforth. So I'm running out of time. So friends, I wanted to point out something. There, where that white van is, way down there is where Elvis's, where he rented the hotel, where that vehicle just came out. If you turn to the right, it's right there. There's a park right there. That's the church that he was standing in front of petting the horse. The bridge that he is on is literally right there. You'll see the edge of the bridge, the one that's concrete. He's actually leaning up against that bridge right there. Right where that woman is walking, he's leaning right there. And the metal bridge that you see him on is actually over there. So these things are easy to find. If you find the church, you can find his apartment or his hotel. You can find those two bridges. They're literally right there. And this little so this is showing, that's the horse picture that's taken in front of that church. And you could see him leaning up against the gate at that house, and that's the Hotel Grunwald. That hotel is right down there across the park. In fact, if you walked at that angle, you would get to it. So that just kind of gives you some ideas right there. But the bridges, if you're looking for the bridge, it is literally right off of this street, right there. Little urban exploring, friends, in Germany. These are old, busted up buildings in terrible shape. I want to see what it's all about. It's a scale right there. A lot of art. This was a paint shop. Little birdies. This is like a dyno shop. So this was a big truck repair shop is what I would say. And just like in America, somebody has come in here and taken all the wire. So you think that stuff only happens in America, but no, sir. Happens everywhere. All the wire's been cut out and removed, and these look like fuses. So the fuses here, oh, that's inside. So that's what a fuse looks like. It's got an Edison type socket and a fuse held inside of it. Yep, 10 amp, 500 volt. Interesting. Our stuff looks nothing like this. And of course they use blue and brown and black and green with yellow, which is very different than our stuff as well. What's called Stoll. So yeah, youngins have been in here messing. And I don't know why youngins like to destroy stuff, but they do. There's some things that are not purely American that happen. There's things that are human that everybody does, no matter where they were at or where they were raised. Now that's a different kind of fuse there. But that's a fuse as well. That's a paint booth. Well, this was a paint booth, as far as that goes. That's why all these lights are in here. This is a downdraft room. This is a very expensive thing to build. And the idea is you put the vehicle in here and you're spraying the paint, and it takes the overspray and sucks it out. Wow, look at these intricacies of this. These are resettable buttons, or those are just buttons, they're not I thought they were resettable circuit breakers. And this is a scooter of some sort. What's left of it. It hadn't been treated too nice. I don't know what that signature says. Is it David Hasselhoff? Is that Hasselhoff? Maybe. You just don't hassle him. So it says Fruhall. So it was what I thought. This is a big truck place, is what it was. You see Fruhoff in big truck trailers in America. It's funny how people just destroy stuff just to be destroying it. There's boys right there. They saw me and took off. They've been in here destroying stuff. Them kids. Those kids, why? Anybody? Why? There's really no reason to destroy these things other than just to do it. Bicycle. What's left of it. That's a nice crane. That bad boy is big time. I'd love to have that. There's some of those fuses. Let's see. Part on the engine. This was the parts department. Casper, out there waiting. Somebody really spent a lot of time. Well, there you go, friends. Even stained glass windows all busted out. This is what urban exploring looks like in Germany. Yes, indeed. We got to go back to Eindhoven. I fly out in the morning. Let's do this thing. And there's, you see that in the photographs of Elvis. Still here. That was 60 years ago, friends. That was 58 and 59, and it is 2018. That is 60 years ago. And that structure is still going, the salt structure. Boy, if that's not confusing, the heck does that even mean? On the Autobahn. So friends, I'm going to be honest, the Autobahn is a mystery to me. I don't understand it. And the more I ask people, the less I know. This lady I just talked to is like, oh, you just simply turn right here. You go 4 kilometers, which is not even 3 miles. You'll see the Autobahn bridge. You turn to the right past the bridge and you get on the Autobahn. And I'm like, okay. But see, I was expecting the Autobahn to say Autobahn first. And I'm also not expecting big trucks to be on the Autobahn. So,
350 meters, cross the roundabout, second exit, 488.
So I'm gonna go straight. She said, keep on going straight. You'll go through another village. You go under a bridge that's called the Autobahn Bridge. Another thing that I will say is I was actually looking for a police officer in Bad Nauheim to help me with where that marker that I was looking for was. And I never saw a police officer of any kind, anywhere. And I even went to the police station. It was closed, no police cars. So, you know, I guess they just really don't need police. And wow, look at that castle sitting out there. How cool is that? Amazing. So I'm going through this village. I'm expecting to see the Autobahn Bridge. But I also believe that's the highway that I've already been on that says, if you get on the internet, it says the Autobahn is either marked 1, 3, or 5. And it doesn't say that it is just simply no speed limit. What it says is that there are spots that you can proceed at your own risk, more or less. But then that's only about 50% of the Autobahn, and that's not what I envisioned at all. What I envisioned was a wide open highway with, she said the 45. She's claiming that's the Autobahn. And that's not what the internet says. The internet does not say 45. It says that it will be designated with a 5, a 3. So she's claiming this is the Autobahn. There's the bridge she's talking about. So this was the road that I was already on. I got off of it to ask a question, to ask about the Autobahn, and the re-entry point was actually closed where I got off. I don't know what that's about. Everywhere I go, there's a restriction of getting, you get off and you can't get back on. In America, you don't see that kind of stuff.
For 9.5 kilometers.
So evidently, just a regular old highway in a lot of Germany is the Autobahn. I thought the Autobahn was like a place, like a drag strip. Clearly, I was wrong. There's that castle out there. So she said this is the Autobahn. So my goal was to run 200 on the Autobahn. So let's do that. But there's big trucks on here. I can't believe it. This car's not going to go 200. About 180 is all it's got. Never made 180. Ah, well. But this just doesn't seem like what I thought the Autobahn would be. So I'm running 150, which is like 90 something. And that guy's just blowing by me. This is the first time that I've seen any vehicle on the side of the road with the policeman behind it in Europe. Wow. So friends, this is the situation. Here I am. This is the second gas station I've gone to. I don't have this special card that they want me to have. And that's not good. My fuel, as you can see, is pretty low. And he's sending me somewhere else. So I'm gonna search again. I'm getting tired. And they don't have it under fuel, they have it under petrol on this thing. But that's two stations I've been to. You can see it's still light outside. And they're just closed, just simply closed. When a stoplight changes here, it goes from red to yellow to green, which is bizarre. So it looks like there is a gas station open right there. Sure hope so. So this is interesting. It is locked. You have to use your key to get it open. And it looks like that. So I guess I got to go in to pay. So to know what to use, you have to use a chart. So I just stuck this in. You can see that it's very unusual looking. To do that, and it fills up. I ended up doing the super, and I'll show you how I base that. You see right there, it says RON 95. There's a chart actually on the side right here that shows you which one that you choose based off of that number. It's really a bizarre concept. And something else that I've noticed, like going to a McDonald's or a Burger King, driving through, grabbing your food, keeping on driving, I haven't seen one. I'm not saying they're not here, but I don't see them at all. You literally have to get out of your vehicle. And that's not gallons, by the way, that's liters. So that's pretty darn expensive, I think. So when you plug it back in, it stops running. You stick this back in and turn your key, and you're in business. Wow. 66 euros. So it took 3 gas stations to find any fuel, to be able to get any. Now I'm hungry, and I'm not, so far, not finding anything to eat. There's no place that you can literally just stop and grab something, drive through, and go. If they are, I've not seen it. And I'm not saying there's not in the entire country. I'm still in Germany, but I just don't see it. I don't see it anywhere. These are little old towns, and they're shutting down, rolling the sidewalk up. I told them that, told a couple of them, man, in America, you can get gas 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and food that way too. We're spoiled, friends. It's just that simple. If I had to really, I see a McDonald's, I saw some golden arches out there, yes indeed. And I really didn't have that on my mind, but daggone, I am starving. And there's a Burger King. I might just, and it says drive-through, so I told you there's no drive-through, and that clearly says there's a drive-through. So we're going to experience it. I'm going to try to get a Whopper. Okay, so the drive-through is to my left, which is weird. Yes, do you, I'd like a Whopper with no onions.
English, okay.
Yeah, Whopper, no onions.
Normal Whopper.
And do you have sparkling water?
Can you come in faster, please?
I'm sorry?
Can you give me the windows, please?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Okay, thank you.
certainly. Getting tired, friends. I still have an hour and a half, something like that. I'm hungry. Hey, buddy. Whopper with no onions. And you have sparkling water? Water with bubbles?
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Large, small.
Medium.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't want Coke or anything. It's water, right? Yeah.
Much water.
Yeah. And also, what's your other choices? You have,
Sorry, the Whopper.
you got fries, you got,
With cheese or without?
yeah, you can do cheese, yeah.
All?
Yeah.
That's all?
Yeah, do you have fries or anything? Fries, French fries?
What do you mean?
Potatoes.
Yeah, I have it, yeah.
Yeah.
We have it.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Large, medium, small?
Small.
Small, okay. Ketchup or mayonnaise?
That should do it. I hope that's right, friends. All right. That was expensive. It was about $13. 13 euros, which is about $15, $16. But right now, I just want to eat. And I don't care how I do it.
We don't have normal water, we have just the large with, I can say it, with flash.
Yeah,
We have no, just big one. Yeah.
that's fine. Yeah, whatever.
So,
Yeah, I'll just take it the bottle. Yeah, yeah. Perfect.
because normally we make it with the machine, normally we make it with the machine. But now we don't have it.
Yeah, no, that's good. I would rather have the bottle. Yeah.
And then, boys think, wow, you really need some help there. Then, it's over. The referee comes up. We're waiting on the decision. All right, this is what you do. For your winner, David, excuse me, my bad, Elijah Young Snipes Terrell. Steve Harvey? Always gets worse. What?
All right, man. Appreciate you. Thank you. All right, we'll see. All right, so this looks like a Whopper, and that looks like fries, so I'm good. So this is something I've not seen anywhere but here. This is a urinal, a public urinal. You just slip up in there and pee in that. Yep, they have them. Yep. So friends, I hope you enjoyed this walk through Elvis's Germany. This is on Goethestrasse Street. This is as well. Elvis rode that bike. He tightened up and rode a bike right down Goethestrasse Street, friends, for all the kids to see.